The Baillieu government has knocked back a series of freedom of information requests, most recently about its plans to put security guards at train stations. And as Francis Bell reports, the secrecy sits uneasily with the Premier's election promise to run an open and accountable government.
The Treasurer was out selling his answer to a flat Victorian housing market.
So how many squares would this be?
A 20% stamp duty cut for first home buyers from this Friday, rising to a 50% discount by the end of 2014. It's an election promise that's been widely flagged and heavily promoted, but the Treasurer's own department has been less forthcoming on the details of another key election commitment, deploying protective service officers or PSOs at train stations. An opposition freedom of information request on the policy was knocked back, partly because releasing the details may cause confusion, mischief and false expectations.
It's a decision by departments. Ministers should not and will not get involved in those decision-making processes.
The opposition says it's just one of more than 60 FOI requests that have been refused or are overdue. It follows the government's refusal to release details on the terms of the resignation of both the Chief Commissioner Simon Overland and the Director of Public Prosecutions Jeremy Rapke.
For a government that was elected on a solemn promise to be open, transparent and accountable, I think the performance in the last 6 months has been abysmal.
Labor was also accused of blocking thousands of FOI requests while in government. Now it's in opposition. It set up a post office box in Yarraville for whistleblower tip-offs.
We encourage Victorians who've got examples of waste, mismanagement, spin, deceit and other forms of bad administration.
More details on the PSO policy will be revealed this week when legislation is introduced to Parliament. But the government still can't say when it will fulfil its promise of appointing an independent FOI commissioner. Francis Bell, ABC News, Melbourne.